Hello, dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon. We are very happy to be here with you today and to start a new week. Do you get a sound coming? Do you get a sound coming? Do you hear us? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to see you here today. I would like to speak about presence and struggling and why, in a way, presence is the answer for struggling. Few minutes ago, 2 hours ago, there was a stream here on YouTube about this topic with a whiteboard explaining the topic. But since everything is a startup here, so I didn't click publicly on the video only a couple of minutes ago, so it came out only a few minutes. But I would like to open the topic of struggling versus this struggling and presence. And after the struggle with the angel, Jacob builds a house, Vayiven Yaakov Bait, Vayiven Yaakov Bait, Vayiven Yaakov Bait, and the building in a way is the letter Vav, is because Vav contains two spheres, six basically, but the majors are Tiferet and Yesod, because this is the center of the building. Good morning, Pixidis. Good morning. So the center, usually when there are struggles, and people are struggling, all of us are struggling, they're struggling on the extremities, on the right or on the left, or because struggling meaning that there are two opposite tendency in us at the same time, and it is happening to all of us because everything is created with Bet, Bereshit. So all of us are struggling with duality, each one in his realm, what comes to him at the moment. So, and the struggle means the struggle, because the struggle is always in a way is a pole situation. It's at the end. When there's a struggle, it means we're not in the middle, not being present. In a way, the struggle is a consequence of not being present. And this is what happened in a way to Cain. Abel is present. Abel, Hevel, is the same letters as Halev, the heart. Halev, 1 second, the heart. And as much as we might, let's say, imagine Cain as a warrior with swords and axes and knives and all kinds of tools, Cain is basically an image of the thought, because by us having or installed the ability to think, in each and every one of us there is installed ability to think. We think that we have bought everything. Yes, because we are capable of thinking, and the thinking in a way comes to the mind with images and sometimes create emotions and reflections, and we think that we have it all. So Cain is not just a caveman, as usually people tend to think, like, okay, this person who used to live in a cave, a savage. No. Cain, as a representative of the thought, can be very refined and elegant person with incredible ability to think. But, and here is the weak point, when we are thinking, all of us, we are not present. Do we understand the difference between being present and thinking? Before we continue and going to more examples from the biblical story. Yes, when we're thinking, we are not present. In a way, the thinking is happening around the area of the head, let's say, and the presence is with the body, meaning the presence included being in the heart. Yes? In a way, we are turning off thinking, because the machine, like computer, turning off the machine and being present at the moment. The air is coming, birds are humming, a leaf is moving. We are not required to think or to calculate. So first of all, I would like us to see the difference between thinking and being present. Because once the startup of this machine starts thinking, it's thinking to all directions, and we can go to very fast down to the rabbit hole, because the thinking is something mechanical, and once the startup is happening and the thought is going to a specific room when something happened a while ago, and suddenly there is a remembrance of what happened, and suddenly there are enemies, and he is my enemy, or she said something and she is not nice. Yes, we cannot stop the thinking. Very good, Yanis. We cannot stop the thinking or the thoughts. Yes, it's 24/7. When we arrive here in the birth, let's say at 1 year, start the process even before. Yes, and until person lives this life, until we are moving out, leaving this body, it continues. We cannot stop it. Yes, what happens? Yes. So how? Yes. Sure, we shall explain it. Yes. So much so that sometimes people cannot shut this mechanical fiery serpent happening, that people are drinking alcohol to all kinds. They are going for drugs. They want to shut it down. They want to have the relief of this happening inside, because they can't. None of us can, in a way, stop it. Hello, Abigail. So, in a way, the way to recovery, and people go for recovery from drug addiction and other addictions, is to be in the moment, one day at a time, being present in the hour. Let's say the hour is like 60 minutes, and there's a center to the hour. Yes, and there's like the wings or the hands of the arms of the clock. They are moving from 1 minute to another, let's say if it's analog clock. So every minute, take it easy. We're not going for, let's say, plans for decades ahead, because what happens is when we are being put in this dimension of thinking, we just want to be there. Yes? To be there when the thinking is taking us, because it's very fast. It's like the speed of light. And we want to be there. And suddenly we're claiming we need to let's say, to bring some kind of a food processor, because this one is broken and we have to do it now, and just we don't care what is happening on the road or on the way. We need to bring it now, and we are canceling what is happening and killing everything in the mind. And not being present. Present, or presence, in Hebrew, nocheach. Present. So when we are aiming for those targets, it doesn't matter if it's to buy something for the house or some kind of to go for vacation in Bali, whatever people are, just they are on the side, taking the best airplanes, the best conditions. They're on a hunt, like we say. So, and everything is cancelled, and we're just killing every moment to be there in Bali in this vacation, and the minutes from here until the vacation in Bali comes, we're being dead fish outside of the water. We don't live, only in the vacation in Bali. And what's now? So the answer is presence, or present. Being present is also has the same letters of Hanoch, Enoch, son of Cain, and later Hanoch ben Yerd, Chanoch, because those are the same letters. If you're writing the Chaf Sofit in a regular, yes, please pay attention. I believe you already have learned the letters. So Chanoch, Chanoch, Enoch, or Chinuch, education, are the same letters as Nocheach, as present. And I would like to relate to those two dimensions, being present and educating, in the name of Enoch, building a city, because the conclusion from killing Abel, the conclusion that Cain has, is to build a place, a city in which presence can dwell. Do we understand this conclusion of Cain? Why does he go for building? And why does he name the name of the first city ever built, Beshem, in the name of Chanoch? Educate the boy, Chanoch lana'ar al pi darko. Educate the boy according to his way. Chanoch lana'ar. Because what does it mean, educate the boy? It means being present. We cannot. This is what people try to do, give other people lists of A, B, C, D. If you go according to those sentences, you will become someone or you will do something. In the process of education by the letters of Chinuch, the same letters, is Nocheach. We cannot educate if we are not present at the moment when things are happening. Yes, Felipe? Is Cain stuck in the world of Asiyah, building a city? Is what he is capable of? Yes. It is interesting because the Bible says Cain boneh ir in the present tense. I would like to bring the Hebrew. Cain boneh ir, now. Now, at this moment, Cain boneh. I would like us to look at the present. 1 second, there's a stream here coming. I'm just checking the stream. Everything is okay because Cain boneh ir, let's face it. Yes, Cain boneh ir. It is happening in present tense. 1 second. 1 second, I would like. Yes. And being present would be integrating the upper worlds with the world of Asiyah. Yes. Yes. Here it is. Felipe, here is the verse. Boneh ir. Yes. Boneh ir with Vav. Because the building, yes, enables or creating a space in which the spirit or people could be. Is this understood? Because Cain, after killing Abel, is fugitive and vagabond. Na vanad. Na vanad. Yes? And there is a mark on his forehead, and the fact that he's moving, yes? The sages are saying it was the letter Vav. It's the center. The center. Yes? So he is building in the world of Asiyah when the Vav, the spirit, the heart, and the word could dwell. This is it. Boneh looks like Ben. This is it. Very good. Boneh looks like Ben because it holds the letters. Very good, very good, very good. Felipe Bonet holds the letters of Ben. Ben, sun. Very good, very good. Ben, sun, Bet and Nun, and Vav and Hey. So this is what you said, that by building, yes, he is connecting, he is building in the Asiya, in the world of doing, he is building, and then the Vav, the spirit, can be present inside the building. The building is, in a way, it's a mechanical, external process, putting bricks, but inside, yes, present, could dwell. Questions? Do you have any questions for the moment? How Cain builds a city. But this is not in the present tense, it is happening all the time. So Cain's way to find peace was to build a city. In a way, yes, yes. This is his way to, because in a building there's a lot of running. There's a lot of moving all the time. But this constant moving of Navanad, in a way, is utilized to build a space for the presence to be. Yes? Cain is utilized by a higher power. He, in a way, he is programmed. This is the thing. He is programmed to kill, that his repent could build. Yes, 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 yes. Cain had no peace all of his life. He had no peace, not at all. He did not have. He just continues and continues and continues to build. He lived above 800 years. At the moment, it doesn't come to me how many years after 800 or so. 800 and something. And until his last day, he was building, until one day he was sitting at his home and a brick fell from the wall, a stone, a brick, stone, Even. And this Even stone killed him. And the sages are saying that within the same stone that he killed Abel, he was killed himself. In the same manner, now I move later in the biblical story. Yes, Felipe also is yes, it's like a father and son. Even, stone, is like a father and son. Cause and effect. Yes, cause and effect. Yes, father and son is not biological terms. Father, in a way, is a cause, and son is the effect that comes from the cause. Yes? Now we are moving to the story of Israel in the desert. Moses comes with the 10 Commandments, but he stayed on the mountain for 40 days, and meanwhile, people are worshipping idolatry. They build a golden calf. Moses asks, sees what is happening, breaks the first tablets, and then he goes to ask repent. And after he prays, there's a process, but at the end of the process, there's understanding that people, as we are, we cannot be present. And this is not historical story. Because why people are worshipping, why people deal with idolatry. You know, youngsters, they have heroes like singers or actors, and they worship them. And later on, people are worshipping people who can do certain craft. And why do we tend to go for idolatry all the time? This is a building in us, because we cannot be present at the moment. So, in a way, the tendency is to leak out for external source. Hey, this singer, he is singing so beautifully, or this one, she's a movie star. She looks the best. Now everybody should look like her, you know, and so on, wherever we go. So, since we have this tendency to always go outside, to always look outside of ourselves for something, for the source. So there is like an agreement to build Mishkan, a tabernacle. And God says to Moses, this is in a way an evidence that there is divine presence, but still people don't want to have it inside of them. But still there's a testimony, there's a Mishkan, and here there is a divine presence in the Mishkan. But there's a need, of course, to build a Mishkan. And the Bible speaks about the side of the Mishkan, the side, the Tzela. The Tzela is the same rib that we met in Genesis 2, Vayiven et Tzela, and he built the side, or the bone, or the rib. Tzela Mishkan, Tzela, the rib. So again, there is a need to build a space for the presence. And where the building starts, at the tzela, at the rib, from the side. Why the building in a way starts from the side? The presence is in the middle, but people we just can't. We're always leaking to the sides. Something else. The next mayor, he will build the next city, the next president. If he will be elected, no war will happen. And so on. People always tend to go outside and to worship and to, let's say, fossil some kind of an object, and to say, this is it. Not this is God, but this is the next mayor, this is the next singer. And we just like to close everything in, fence everything in, and then we are assured, we are secured, yes, and we have confidence, and then we are governing the thought, because we know this is because we are mastering of thought, we nail it, we pin it, and this is how it is. When being in the moment of being present, it is completely different, because there is no personality. In presence, there is no personality, because also cats, if we go into nature, the cats, they're also always present. Sometimes they move to the shade, sometimes they clean themselves, sometimes they eat, but they don't participate so much in the process of thinking. They don't tell themselves stories that this cat is the son of the second cat from the right, from the left building, and once he traveled to whatever and something happened. We are the only ones who are telling ourselves stories, and we are anchoring ourselves. We are creating a fossils from ourselves, and then we are jailed inside of these images that we created, and then we cannot stream, or we cannot be present in life. Yes, this is the jeopardy of telling oneself that now I know. Look how people live. They go to work at 8, they put the children in school, drive them. The children go to school, daddy to work at 9 until 5. They pick them, or somebody picks them at noon, and they come, they move to the supermarket at 8. They see the news, yes, and this is how life is. And once in a time vacation, and they go to the library. Everything is going to the clock. Everyone has a birthday on time. We go to holidays on time, visiting the grannies. And then they wonder why they're not happy. Because nothing can go inside. It is so nailed to the wall. Everything is so concrete that nothing can penetrate inside their life unless something really, really horrible happens, and then it might be also a salvation. Yes? Yes, Fernando, it makes me remember what Erich, yes, Baumans reclaims, that this generation is the generation of the after. People are always looking for next experience, the next love. Yes, the next lunch. Yes, the next will be better. Just not to be. Yes. Because what goes next, in a way, create a line between us and the target. And the line gives a sense of what? Of personality. I go for it, so this is who I am. Yes, it in a way defines us because I go for it. Definition, so there's personality inside. Yes, and being present, it means just being present like a cat, so there's no name to the person. You're just breathing, like 8 billion people who are breathing at the moment. Nothing, no story is connected to the presence. It's just emptiness. But this emptiness contains everything, because there is no other subtenant as I, me, and mine. Yes, those are the three, the minus negative triangle that we tell ourselves that this is, yes, I, and so, and my cat, and my story, and me, something happened to me. This does not exist. This negative triangle does not exist in presence. There is no story. Yes, person looks from the window, there's air coming, a leaf is dropping. There is no me. Yes, Pixidis, what were you saying at the beginning of the class about the letter Bet? We all struggle with duality because the Torah, yes, the Torah is just a reflection of what is happening. The Torah is just a reflection of what is happening. This is why the Torah starts with Bet, because it reflects a situation in all of us. Look how computers are built. Computers are built like us. We have 1 and 0. This is what defines everything. Yes, 1 and 0 running. This is it. Yes, 1. You could say this is Chokhmah, and 0 is Keter. 1 and 0, 1 and 0, 1 and 0. This is what it is. 2 lines that the sages are denying each other. Yes? Therefore, if we notice, humanity starts with a third child, not with the 0. Abel. Abel is 0. He never said a word in the Bible. In a way, Abel is like around Sfirat Keter, crown. Cain is wisdom. We don't tend to see Cain as wise, but this is what it is. So there's crown, there's Abel, because it's nothing. Crown is nothing. There is no manifestation in crown. And then comes Yesh. Yesh, there is wisdom, Cain. This is why he comes first, because there's something. There's a boy, there's a man. Kaniti Ish, Yesh, there's an entity here. These babies, I'm going far because it's not about babies. It's something that is tangible. There's thought. Thought is something very tangible. It's a matter. It's a black matter. So the one who she bought from God kills the 0 because he's nothing. He's presence. But there's a problem. how to start humanity, because Cain already told that he will last only 7 generations and then it's gone. Yes, it's gone, because this is how the structure is built. Therefore, humanity will start with the third son. This is to pixie this. Shet. Shet is the third son. Yes, this is stable. He is the third, not 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 are conflicting each other. So humanity will start with Shet. Yes, not with the 2, Cain or Abel, but with Shet. Because Cain, in a way, dynasty, so to speak, the way of thinking, now I move to the dynasty, will continue. He will continue 7 generations, and then, chop, they're gone. And it's a new startup. And from the flood, we have a new startup. Yes, Pixidis, and Shet is 6, like the mark on Cain's forehead. Yes, 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 this is it. Shet, yes, is from Shet, yes, yes, that's correct. So, it is for us, because there was a question from Yanis at the beginning, how do we, because the process of thinking is something that we cannot control, this is programmed in us, we can't, this is the machine, yeah, the moon around planet Earth and most of them are, and we cannot do anything about it. So what, how do we move to presence, or to present, to be present? And this is living day by day, hour by the hour. And service. When we go for service, we just being there, because there's no personality. Yes, there's no personality. When person is in service, he is not a person. He is in service. He speaks, he hears. But there's no personality which is attached to this hearing also at service. Do we understand? And the more service, this is interesting, the more service is being given, the more presence there is in the world, in us and in the encounter that happens in the present moment. It is very much, yes, it is very much that people who are moved through programs of rehab, or let's say, how do you call it, recovery, and they go for service. This is the only thing that relieves us from selfing. Selfing is the story that we tell ourselves, yes? That person has a name, he was born somewhere in calendaric year, this is his parents, this is his school, neighbors, all those details that we are so much attached for them, or they attach to us, depends on how we look, but they're so, it's in a very, very narrow-mindedness to catch the world, or to frame the world, or life, infinite life around finite details. Is this understood? Because the meaning of presence is to be infinite. Yes? When we are present, infinite is happening. There is no stopping, there is no limitation, nailing. I need to go somewhere, I need to be somewhere, I need to do, I need to that, I need, present. So going back to the story of Moses and the tabernacle and Mishkan, the building, the Bible describes many times the rib or the side of the Mishkan, Tzela HaMishkan, Tzela. Why does the building is happening on the side or from the side? Vayiven et Tzela, and he built a rib or he built the side. Because we are not present. Adam, and now I move from Moshe to Adam. He could name the animals in wisdom. He had this wisdom to name the animals. But giving, let's say, animal or a bird a name, please pay attention. When we give an object a name, the object is outside there and we are here. Yes, so it's like, in a way, duality. There's Adam, and he sees an eagle, and he says it's a quality of this. It's eagle in Hebrew nature also. He gives names. So there's an object in Adam, and between them there's like seeing or a line, and Adam names it. Whatever he sees, Aryeh, lion. But there's Adam in Aryeh. There are two. But in this way, by giving names or by calling names, he doesn't have a companionship. Wisdom, as high and as intricate it might be, it does not bring a companionship. He doesn't have a companionship. The Bible says, Ezer kenegdo. Ezer kenegdo. In presence, wisdom is in the head, is in the thought. There's a huge processor there. He is wise. He can look at animals like you open Wikipedia pages about botanics, biologies. You have pages of how do you say, species, animals, fishes, in cattle, cows and sheep, everything, yes. And in botanics, let's say, even it's another field, and you have names and subdivisions of wisdom, details, but there is no presence. Ezer kenegdo, assistant against the wisdom. The only assistance, and this is the question that I return to Yana's question, but how can we stop this thinking? By being present. So there is a need to build a presence, but not from the head, not from the thinking dimension. Therefore, there is the rib or the tzela. The tzela is from the side, not from the head, not from the thinking. The presence is circling us like a sphere, yes, around the body, yes. So the building of assistant against the thinking, and this is what Yanis asked, against the thinking is presence, and the being of the presence is from the side. It's not frontal mind. Dump info, data from all the GPTs, from all the AI possible, yes, like AI. Collection of information, huge database, not from the side, from the sphere around. And from this, there's like a little fire, Isha, but this is the presence. Therefore, also, yes, we find the same story with the Mishkan. Moshe takes the rib, and from the side, because people already on the side, because if they're in idolatry, they're not being present, each one in his thought. Each one is in his Instagram stream, nobody's present. Look, Whenever we go, people are on swiping something on the phone. They're not being present. Seeing something, engaging, but not being present. So from the side, from the tsela, which is a humble place, it's not the head, it's not the frontal mind, building, and from there, presence. Because usually we don't also appreciate things that are coming from the side or at hand, let's say, in our lives. We always go for something far. Yes, and what is present with us at the moment, as Rilke says, Rilke is a German poet, also what is present next to us is a great poetry. Present is not to have control. This is the answer is in the question. This is it. When we are present, we specifically not in control. Being present, it doesn't mean that we're in control. Not at all. Being present it doesn't mean that we are in charge of something. When we think that we are in charge or in control, we are already in the mindset of thinking. We are not here. Does the word for envy have relation with the kinds as well? Yes. Kain, yes, of course. Kain, envy, of course. Kain, this is the name. And we have Kin'a, envious. Yes. Kain, Kin'a. Yes. Yes, it has to do also with buying. Yes, envious and Kain and buying, all of them are. We have Kin'a, Vekana. Kana is bought. Has to do with buying. Yes, Kana. Kin'a is jealousy or envious. Yes. Also, it sounds like king and or Khan. Yes, yes. Very good. Kuning, very good. It is very interesting. It sounds like king, very good. Kuning in German or king in English. Yes, yes. Therefore, the one who rules. Yes, yes. Yes, the one who rules. Yes. The one who owns all the lands. Yes, because usually the king has holding traditionally over the land. Yes, the tyrant also. If he's not a good king, most of the kings were not kind. They were tyrants. Until in our days, people were tyrants. It is very interesting that crown is nothing. Yes, crown is nothing. Yes. Yes, Genghis Khan, Genghis Khan, yes. So what we have learned today, yes, but the king can be, yes, yes, Felipe, this is true. We have learned today like few things, that struggling is a field for itself, and the way not to struggle or not to be engaged in thinking is to be present, and presence of the moment. And this we beautifully can do while serving, because there is no personality, there is no story, just being at the present. And Jacob builds a house after he struggles with Esau, and Moses builds the Mishkan, the tabernacle, after the people are going for idolatry. This is a great struggle. This is duality, idolatry. And Cain builds a city after killing Abel. not just build in a past form, but constantly building a place for the spirit or presence to be. Because presence also means education, because when we are present at a moment, things like assassination cannot happen. When people are hot-headed, something like this idea comes to the mind, and there's a tool at hand, and this is what is happening when we are present. We know that we are not in charge in a way. It's not even knowing. The process of thinking that moves like fire does not exist in presence. Presence, in a way, is not. How shall I say it? Is not has to do with the material of fire, which is fast and hot. Being present is just. It's like grace. It's just there, like humming, like a bird, like a cat. It does not engage with this fiery serpent that burns the field like a thought. And then people have this twist in the head and they go with a tool and they decided to take someone. So therefore he builds, or Cain build Bonei Ir, and his son Hanoch continues. He names the city Hanoch, Chinuch, education, Otiyot, the same letters of Nocheach, presence. Yes? In a way, the divine Logos utilizes Cain with this hectic movement, kinetic movement, to build a city. I don't know if you have seen it once in a movie, that when you accelerate a picture of buildings, of a city with cranes, how there's like kinetic movement, tuck, 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 tuck. And suddenly, if the movie is running very fast, you can see that this incredible movement and there's a city. So the divine Logos uses Cain to build a city, and then, in a way, the son of Cain, Hanoch, also Otiyot, the same letter as Nocheach, is presence. There's a place for presence, people just to be. People sometimes just sit, drink something under the tree, not thinking about anything. This is presence. And in a way, it's a beautiful story because it connects story. We can see those examples in Cain and his son Hanoch. We can see this beautiful story when Jacob builds a house after the struggling with Esau. We can see Moses building the Mishkan. And we can see this also with Enoch, because there's another one, the shoemaker, Hanoch ben Yerd. Hanoch ben Yerd. Yes, this is from the lineage of Enosh, Adam Shet Enosh, and so on. And Hanoch used to be a shoemaker. This is just a parable, because what did he do? I cannot go deeply to the process of what Hanoch was doing. Hanoch deeply dealt with education, because all what we received from him are the books of what is really happening, what is happening. This is what Hanoch gave us. This is why we say Hanoch keys, or the keys of Enoch, those keys for sciences and presence and calendars and years and those beautiful things. So Hanoch, by being present at the moment, could educate us, or gave us the keys to education. And I hope to enter this field in the next Discord sessions with you. So I would like to thank each and every one of you for being present here today. If you have questions, this is the time to ask. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Happy birthday to those who have birthday today. And I would like to wish you a wonderful week and wonderful life. And join us in the next, streams. Yes, there was a stream a few minutes ago before Discord entered, but there will be more. So when you have availability, be there. Thank you so much, and shalom, shalom.